Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 32 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10, Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I have much to do in Chapter 4, General's Hand of Part 3, including the fact that I sold all of the items, the blue gem, the white gem, the Ashira icon that I had that I was not selling for some reason. Oh, no, I got those last chapter. Foolish. Either way, this is apparently the bow, an original bow built by the master archer Shinon. It is a masterpiece of craftsmanship. This might be a good bow, and I will very well grant that this is a very good bow. In fact, I think if we can even buy... No, we can't buy. So, like, steel bows are the best thing I can buy right now. That is a very powerful weapon. But I'm going to be very honest, it is not worth 8,000. Now, the floret being 9,000 seems like it isn't worth it because it is only for mist, it's not magical, whatever, so on and so forth. This is actually one of the stronger swords in this game and one of the better swords in this game, and I actually do find this justifiable. Necessarily, I was thinking for a long little while about not buying this, so that I could not spend the money. And what I could do is just hammer the floret. I actually think that that's a better idea than purchasing another floret. However, if you have the extra cash, like I do, it's not the biggest of deals. Granted, I typically do buy this and find that I don't ever really have trouble making sure that my units are all stocked up on weapons and my inventories are full and I have the capacity to defeat the enemies, so I'm just going to do it anyhow. So Mist can have another weapon of sorts. This sacred weapon, as I called it, is great for other sword users. I was actually thinking about giving it to Ike because he has the wind edge, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So one thing I will highly recommend is that you make sure that your mist is not promoted by this chapter. It's very possible to do so. In fact, if I were to give her all the bonus experience points I have right now, she would be level 20. I was strongly considering do it, even did it, saved beforehand. Checked it, she didn't get a single point of strength because she still has so much left on her magic skill, speed, and luck to cap, as well as resistance, and those growths are far and away higher than her strength. So in those 10 levels, she didn't get a single point of strength. It's just not that great. It's better if you want a character like her to have a lower statistics, just give it to chance and play the game normally. I also gave Ike Blossom, so that is something to take note of as well. And we are in the south of a pass in Begnion.
Hey, Captain Ranulph, the Hawk King's decoy attack got the Begnion forces to move out.
Good. Our unit will hit them from the north, Ike from the south, and Skrimir from the west. I'm impressed. If everything goes according to plan, Soren will have delivered another easy victory.
Captain, we appear to have a situation. General Skrimir's western forces are charging down the cliff.
What? I told him to keep his men under control at all costs.
Apparently, an enemy commander challenged General Skrimir to a duel. He accepted, of course. He always was an impatient one. The challenger was a large, raven-haired Bjork clad in stunning crimson armor.
That must be Zelgius. No! Skrimir can't win. He'll get slaughtered. Send a message to Tibarn and Ike. Tell them I'm going to save Skrimir. We can't let him do this. South of Soze Pass, Begnion.
Ike, a company of enemy troops has appeared to the south of Skrimir's forces.
General Zelgius seems to be in command. Uh-oh, that's not good.
As Skrimir's forces collapses, we'll get penned in by Begnion. We must change our strategy.
Ike, let's help with the rescue. You can't take everyone, though. Assemble a strike force to accompany you. Got it. Titania, let Tibar know what's going on. West of Soze Pass, Begnion. A lot of Soze Pass today.
Where's Skrimir?
He charged up that cliff, chasing after Zelgius.
We have to get up there. The two of us might be able to save him from Zelgius.
Kaiser, can you carve us a path to the top?
Certainly, Captain. I'd be happy to. We'll neutralize anyone in your way. You can count on me, sir. All right, let's clear this pass. This time, time is a factor here. Everyone, so let's make it quick. All right, choose units. Choose units. Of course, I'm not going to be bringing... I actually don't know if I need Heather or not. I'm going to be checking the map before I do make that declaration. I almost want to say I do not. Coins are cute. Not going to take them. The concoction would be nice. Always like a free concoction. I think in that case I will end up bringing Heather. Take that concoction. I really seriously doubt I'm going to bother with any of the coins. I just don't... They're okay. They're not necessary in my humble opinion. So this is a very bad chapter for mounted units like Titania. And the reason being is because, well, she can't go up the cliffs, and there is a point at which you have to go up the cliffs. So this is the end of Titania's career on this chapter. The rest of this has to be done with units on foot or flying. Hara is going to be extremely useful and necessary in this chapter, as well as Shinon, Ike, and Mist. I should be able to get her quite a bit of experience points, potentially. I'm going to be very close to promoting Shinon. However, I have a bunch of new units to talk about, including, first and foremost, Ranulf. Ranulf is a cat Laguz with pretty good bases, not too far away from caps in most stats. Considering that all of those double except for luck and HP, he's actually got some pretty decent stats for this point in the game. Now with a 70% HP, 30% strength, 15% magic, 40% skill, 35% speed, 55% luck, 15% defense, and 10% resistance, Ranulf has some pretty decent growth rates. His defense and resistance are pretty well going to go nowhere, but you can halfway consider that all Laguz growth rates, except for luck and HP, are doubled. Now, he comes with a Satori sign, an item that imbues the user with a powerful skill when used, for Laguz of level 30 or and higher. This is what gives Laguz their class masteries. For some reason, class masteries are not learned on the Laguz without these items. Very strange. He comes with an Olivigrass and a pathetic A-ranked strike, as well as no skills to speak of. However, there's a lot more units to speak of. First and foremost is Kaiser. He is a Tiger Laguz, and the most disgustingly bad in this entire game. His stats, his base stats, are worse than either Moram or Mordecai, who joined a billion years ago. In fact, I would dare say that Leave is a better unit than him, and we're going to get to her momentarily. Well, not necessarily momentarily, but we're going to get to her at some point. She is a way better unit than this. He's a Tiger. He's level 18. He only has, 12, 22 levels to go? Yeah, 22 levels to go. Why am I mathing incorrectly here? Only 22 levels to go. He's not gaining maximum stats. There's just no way. Now, he comes with Quick Claw, which can inflict damage equal to this unit's strength to an enemy unit after that enemy unit uses an indirect attack. This is situationally okay at best. I'm going to be taking off of him and selling it. 85% HP growth, 45% or 40% strength, 5% magic, 45% skill, 35% speed, 50% luck, 40% defense, and 15% resistance. Good grief, with the supposed English. He also comes with only A rank in Fang, or Strike for his Fang, so he only has a 10 might, which is better than Ranulf, but Ranulf comes so much stronger than him that it doesn't even matter.
do get Mordecai and Leave back. Now, I've already spoken about Leave in previous chapters and whatnot, and she does have quite a bit of items for our party. She's better than him. She has better everything than him. I mean, her strength and defense are weaker by 1, which does make a difference, but she has way more speed, she has way more luck, she has way more skill, way more resistance. It's just absurd. I don't even understand. I really just don't even understand. Mordecai, he looks better by a country mile. Even comes with his beautiful, wonderful, impressive, and much to be needed smite. I could end up fielding him for that. I don't think that would be a totally bad idea, because smite is awesome. But then there is the final unit to join my party as of now, which is Liar. Her stats are even worse than Kai'Sa somehow. 7 strength, 7 defense. That means when they're doubled, she only has 14 strength and defense. An A rank in strike, no skills to speak of. Her bases are somehow worse than Kai'Sa's. She is a definite candidate for worst unit in this game. And I kid not. With 50% HP growth, 35% strength, 10% magic, 65% skill, 70% speed, 50% luck, 20% defense, and 30% resistance. What's kind of even more disturbing about Liar's growths is that even with her bad bases, she somehow has worse growths, so she's literally not going to go anywhere. And I find that to be incredibly ridiculous, to say the least. Incredibly ridiculous. Now, moving on with this, I think I'm going to go back to base right quick, and then I'm going to immediately manage, because Kai'Sa does have the Quick Claw. I am also going to sell said Quick Claw. Some people would probably say this is a waste. I say it's a very good idea. Very good, in fact. So good, I'm going to save it just to make sure that Quick Claw never comes back. Never comes back to haunt me. You know what? Returning to base as well. This is going to seem also a bit ridiculous, but Mordecai is not the greatest user of Smite on my team right now, because that would actually have to go to Ranoff. I'm going to give Ranoff Smite. I guess I could give him something like Adept as well, but I mean, I'm not using it with anybody else. I can just take it off him later. Aside from that, I think now I am completely finished with everything I have to do. Saying that though, I halfway want Titania and Shinon to be next to each other. Man, oh man, I would like that. I think I can't do that though, even though I would like that to be the case. Alright, so time to save. And now it is time to fight. Alright, okay. Steel bow. How much damage are you doing with your floret? 8. How about you, Ike? Alright, since I took the Adept off of Ike, so he crits anyway. Man, dude, you are about as annoying and useless as can possibly be stated. Okay, well. Ike, you idiot. Such a invigorating story. Okay, now I can shift attack with Renoff. I'm not going to be using Ranoff because, again, I think that the Cat Laguz, Beast Tribe Laguz, they're all kind of just terrible. But I'm stuck with him for pretty much the rest of the chapters that Ike's Grail Mercenaries are taking together, fighting together and whatnot. So because of that, I'm just going to use him for when he's available, and so on and so forth. Now, there are a couple of hidden items in this chapter. Specifically, there are 2 coins, and then there is also an etard. I love the name of that weapon. I think it sounds stupid. It very much so fits Ike's brutish nature. Okay, nice hits. And yes, there's a lot of galleons here. It's supposed to sort of look like the galleon army has finally actually merged with the Grail Mercenaries, and they're actually fighting together for once. That's why you gain 3 new units, 2 of which I would throw away faster than Heather in any day. And in fact, I would probably prefer most of the green units over Kaiza and Lyre. Just not a big fan of weak Laguz. If you're going to be weak already because you are a Laguz inherently, you probably shouldn't be weak in stats as well. Okay. Yeah. $23. Don't crit, please. Thank you. Yeah, the +2 damage and defense really does do wonders for Mist. And her desperate need to be stronger. So I actually fully appreciate it. Okay. The steel poleaxe for this big neon soldier. There are some instances where what I will do for this team is I will actually give them the imbue scroll that I get from part 1. Because somebody like Titania, who has 15 magic already, she would literally heal 15 HP per turn just inherently. Now, she can use swords now. That's not a bad thing for her, but I always like getting double S rank with my weapons, particularly on said units, before I go on to using any side weapons. So she's got a little bit before that happens. Now, the reason why I make note of that is because it can actually come in handy, because it allows her to get some kind of weapon triangle advantage. The problem is that hand axes are the best 1-2 range in the game when it comes to just regular purchasable weapons. Way better than good old wind edges, especially because hand axes can be forged. Once I am capable of forging them, I'm probably going to end up forging a few here and there for folks like Titania and Titania and Har. I got hawks on the brain or something. Yeah, this tiger is a nuisance because he's stealing my experience points. Okay. Yeah, Mist cannot double any of these guys and won't be able to for quite some time. I don't really have the time to keep messing with these guys. But what I can do is finish off you. Oh, nice. In fact, what I am going to do... Nice. Thank you for your steel bow. That was not at all what I wanted to do. I gave Shinon the disarm because it had come off of Ike. Unfortunately, Blossom takes up 20 capacity, and the issue with it taking up 20 capacity is there's hardly any skills in this entire game that only take up 5. So it means that Ike before promotion just doesn't have the ability to use pretty much anything. Okay. Aww. Can't exactly do much with that. Well, the steel poleaxe is gone. Ranoff does have to arrive as well, so alongside Ike, because he is the leader of the Galleon forces, whereas Ike is the leader of the Grail mercenaries and the Bjork forces amongst the Laguz Alliance. So it does make a lot of sense for the most part. Nice vantage. Just saved Har from potentially 30 plus damage. One thing, though, I will definitely say that Paladins get that does still make them quite useful. Nice. Didn't even attack Heather. Is their class mastery. I would dare say it's the best class mastery in the game. And I appreciate that they're taking out these Laguz. They steal experience points, get in the way. They're just annoyances overall. Nice. Miss Dodge. She does really love the Ike support. In fact, typically I do support them both because I feel that it is a good support partnership. +2 attack, +2 defense, and +23 avoid is pretty good. And that's a fantastic level up if I've ever seen one on Mr. Har. Yep, go ahead and waste my experience points. The cats are going to... Well, the cat and the tiger are most likely going to go up the right hill. If they do, they're doomed. And I appreciate that. So, yes. The class mastery is Soul. I forgot to show this off, but can inflict 3 times normal damage. So it's a critical. And restore HP equal to damage dealt, high-level knights. This is a skill percentage proc. Once she has max skill, she's going to be doing it quite often. Ah. Would have been nice if she procced counter there. And he procs stun. A crit with the ability to make the unit not move. Incredible. I'm so glad he procced that there. So I need to move this monstrosity out of the way so I can KO you. And then I can finish you off with Ike. I probably should have just used the Etard. And nice. 21 times 2. Adept is actually pretty good on a unit like Ranoff, because Ranoff has a very high speed and skill. At base, that is. Oh, come on. Quit missing. Up, all the tigers and cats are about to be untransformed for pretty much the rest of this chapter. One can only hope it is pretty much for the rest of this chapter. Nice. Mist can actually move up. Yeah, so most times I end up finding myself having a Mist that is promoted by this chapter because I super focus her. But I haven't done that so much in this one. Now, please stay out of the way. I don't really want the rest of these KOs going to just Har. Wait right there. And that's perfect. Nice. Titania doesn't really have anything else to do in this chapter. One of the things I did neglect to do, this is something I should have done, is brought Oscar and a few others just to rescue the Galleons once they untransform. It's not a bad idea. It's something that I typically do to get them out of the way so that they don't come up to the top levels and just continue stealing experience points. Of course, their KOs and their experience does go to the bonus experience points that you receive for the chapter. The problem is with that doesn't matter so much when they are Laguz units transformed. They're not getting much anyway. So it's almost like a failing, in my humble opinion. Mist does have a few units that she could heal up for some good old experience points, and I think I'm going to keep on keeping that on. Heather would have been a really great candidate for Shade, now that I think about it. Oh, he doesn't have any more of those left. There is 2 of these left, but they're not getting to use them. No way, I am blocking your path, barring your ability with Har, the awesome Dragon Lord. He's actually very close to some, well, not very close, but he's reasonably close to some caps. Here comes some wonderful reinforcements. You gotta love them. And another level up for wonderful Mist. 11, huh? Nice. Incredible. This is what I'm talking about here. That need of strength, and she's actually meeting said need. Alright, Titania. You can go right there. Just have to be mindful about where these guys can reach. I don't want them to reach Ranoff. And that should be fine. Very nice. Another KO for Har. He is doing a fantastic job, as you would expect from a tier 3 Wyvern Rider, Dragon Lord, as it were. Yeah, again, wasting experience points. Yep, I'm not even going to bother healing. Would be great experience points, but also would be a waste. Move you up, and you as well. And that is my turn. This chapter is a little bit slow because of all the ledge movement. Granted, I could have avoided the right side entirely and just went up the left side. It would be much quicker, especially because I hung back a little bit so that I could get some experience points with Mist. Something that I do find worthwhile in practice, giving some extra experience points to Mist, even if it means a turn or two behind. I don't really care about that. This is not an LTC strat or channel. It's never going to be. I find most of that kind of stuff repugnant. And not because it's not fun, but because it's just not the way I play the game. Well, this would be nice if she actually hit. And she did. Nice. Fantastic Mist. That was beautifully done. I highly doubt Ike is going to hit anybody with the Wind Edge, but one can try. Stay out of my way, Galleon. Please and thank you. And then that'll be my turn. I'm not at all surprised that he decided to attack Shinon. Or that either of these guys decided to attack Shinon. Nice. Ah, he missed one. Taking quite a bit of damage here. All right. So now that it is my turn, I wanted to demonstrate exactly where all of the objects are in which you can get in this chapter. Now, one particularly is, I believe, right here is the coin, if I'm not mistaken. As well, the other one is, I think, right... No, it's right here. There's another coin right here. But the most important thing is up here, right behind this ballista. It is an Etard. I'm going to be getting all of, at least the Etard, before my completion of this chapter. However, this is one of those moments where I unfortunately do have to bid my farewells to all involved. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform of choice. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.